Okay, hey guys, this will be a Q&A answer video. I'll be answering all your questions, well, not all, since I got a lot of subscribers this time, half the amount more than the last Q&A video I've made. Anyway, I got about 77 or so comments, including my replies, but I got a ton of comments this time, and I don't think I'll be able to reply to all of yours, but I'll try to reply to them. And whoever left any good comments down below, I will leave their channel names in the description. Might be even able to leave a link for you guys, but either way, let's get started. First comments, there's 4 people who left similar comments. And the question is, will you ever breed reptiles? And they're from the Animal Guy 1996, RJ Reptiles, Shawn Smith, and Herpermonn Reptiles actually asked if I'll breed beardies, or the bearded dragon. Now, I don't think I'll breed beardies just anytime soon or yet. I'm just gonna keep this guy as a cute little pet. But I was actually thinking to breed these guys, the Madagascar spiny-tailed iguana. Can't really see his tail, but his tail is really spiny. Anyway, I might be getting a female one to keep in with him, so it won't take up too much space since it's just another same kind. Hopefully, if they do tend to breed and lay eggs, that'll be a really cool thing to see. Since I haven't heard of anyone breeding those guys. Anyway, that was the first question. Next question, 2 similar questions again from DutchHerps Van Raamsdonk and Saw Frog. What's your favorite Japanese herp or animal? Anyway, for me, in reptile cases, I have to say the Japanese cave gecko, which is native to Okinawa. I don't have any, but they're really cool. And the ones around where I live in Japan, I like the Japanese grass lizards. They're really fun to watch and really cute. Now for the amphibians, I like the Moriaogairu. Saw Frog actually lived in Japan, and he thought the same as well. The Moriaogairu is like a really big tree frog for Japan, and they're really beautiful. But I don't really know the Japanese name, the English name. But I actually tend to have a baby one of them. So this guy right here is a baby Moriaogairu, I suppose. It might be a Straggle's blue frog, I don't know. But it just came out of the water, and he's actually only got one eye. So if you have any name suggestions, like Cyclops or something, please leave a comment down below. But yeah, I got a baby tree frog on the last trip. Okay, next comment is from Crooked Man Jacob Overfelt. I don't know if I pronounced that right. And Mr. Reptile Lover 08. These 3 people commented or left a question of what's my dream reptile / amphibian. And as a reptile, or the reptile segment, I already have my dream reptiles, my bearded dragon, right here. These guys are so awesome, but since I've got one, if I were to get one, it will be a albino knobtail gecko. They're so cool. And as for a amphibian, maybe something like the milky tree frog or something. They're cute. Or the Bard's tiger salamander. I have the eastern, but the Bard looks so fun to keep. Anyway, now next comment is from ReptileGuys. His question is, can you draw a white tree frog? So let's try drawing one. do you guys think? So cute. This is just like the one I just drew, right? Okay, the next question is from, let's see, Nueva Reptiles, or Nueva Reptiles, I'm not sure. What was your first ever reptile or amphibian you got? Well, my first reptile was a Japanese grass lizard, which is native to Japan. I actually kept a couple months ago, and they're just great pets. They got me all started with all these reptiles and stuff, and I'm not quite sure what amphibian it was, but I think it's an Indian rice paddy frog or something like that. Anyway, that's that. Next is from SpinoRaptor, I think. Congratulations on 1,000 subs. Thank you. Question: if you could have any species of anole, which one would you get? Green anole, brown anole, or Cuban night anole, or etc. I have to say Cuban night anole or the chameleon something anole. I don't really remember the name. I know the Japanese name, but it looks like a chameleon, but they're actually a species of anoles, and they're really cool and tame. So those species sound really nice to have. Bearded Dragon Jake asks, what do you feed all your pets? I feed my reptiles crickets and mealworms, but I don't feed mealworms to my beardy. I heard that they get addicted to them, so I feed my beardy some grains and tortoise food, since I had some left when I had my blue tongue, and my newts and salamanders feed on bloodworms and newt pellets. So that's what I feed them. And next question from Colins Reptiles: do you ever plan on getting a crested gecko? I thought about getting one actually this time, when I got this bearded dragon and the African fat-tailed gecko. I was really tempted on getting a cresty, but I just wanted to try out a Agama species, and I already kept a couple gecko species from before, and I always wanted to see how cool AFTs, the African fat-tailed geckos, are too, so maybe sometime in the future I might get a cresty, but not when I'm still living in this house with my parents. Next one is from Caden Fulford, and he asks, if it was legal, would you get one of those giant salamanders? No, they're too huge, sorry. They are cool, but they're not something for me to keep. They're too big. I think a tiger salamander is enough for me. Next is from Lizards 101. My question: how come your parents allow you to have so many animals? They don't really quite allow it so much, especially my dad, but somehow I was able to get this many, and I don't think I will get any more for a long time unless I sell somewhere, something passes away or something, but I don't think I'll add any more because I have basically no more space in my room. But yeah, somehow I got this many. Next one is from His and That, and if I were to invest in a species of tree frog that are fairly well priced, what would you suggest? So for tree frogs, I'd suggest the Japanese tree frogs. Let me show you how they look like. Here's one that's really dirty and covered with dirt, but they're fairly small, and they're just really fun to keep, especially if you keep them from tadpoles, but you don't really see them around sold so much, so I have to go with white tree frogs, since you see them everywhere at pet stores and stuff, and they're really fun to keep. Next question comes from Herping Alabama. He left a nice comment and saying that congrats on 1,000 subs. A lot of you guys said that, and thank you so much. Those are very kind words. Question, I would like to know what motivated you to start this channel, and do you enjoy doing it? I very much enjoyed making these videos, editing it. It takes a while, but it's really fun to see the finished video I have made. And I also like to see all your comments and how my channel is growing. So it's like a little city growing and growing with more people. So I really enjoy looking at your comments and doing this YouTube career. And hopefully my channel keeps growing. And yeah, that's what I think. And what motivated me is, I don't know. I guess I have to say it's IHTW Reptiles. With his amphibians. He got me started with all the newts and amphibians. I had reptiles and stuff from before, but I never thought about keeping amphibians again, since I failed on keeping frogs really bad when I was like 8. And now I'm 14 and I have a couple species of both reptiles and amphibians. So yeah, he really inspired me on keeping the amphibians and doing all this editing stuff. So yeah. And hopefully I can inspire some other people as well instead. Next, we have Derpy Cake saying that I didn't get a tarantula he wanted, and I know it was a joke. I knew it was a joke, but yeah, he says if I see one, can you get it? And give him a shout out. But technically I'm giving all of you guys shoutouts by just saying your name and leaving your channel names in the description, so I will do that. But anyway, if I were to find a tarantula, I would think about it, but I don't think I have any more room to keep any, and I've never kept one before, so I don't know about that. Maybe in a couple more years I might, maybe, but yeah, I don't really see them around except on expos. Next are some 5 questions from Classic Reptiles asking what kind of brand I use for the vacuum cleaner. I don't know. To dark or white chocolate. Dark chocolate. If you could travel, where would you go? Australia. Awesome place to me. You got all these cool lizards and reptiles in your backyard. You are so lucky, Classic Reptiles. Batman or Superman? Neither one. Since Superman is too OP. I guess I have to go with Batman. Hulk or Joker? Hulk, since he's green. I like green. That was a little funny some funny questions from Classic Reptiles. Next is from Jennifer Verhaeghe. I don't know if I said that right. You probably know who I'm talking about if I I'll leave the channel name in the description. Anyway, great video, thank you. Can I make a small suggestion for your baby beardy? I would recommend a different substrate. Beardies tend to lick the sand and cause impaction. Slate tile, newspaper, carpet, or are all great choices. As a bonus, the slate tile will keep their nails filed down or something. Anyway, thank you for the suggestions. I am thinking to actually use tiles on top of the sand. I actually really want them to keep the sand. I know they lick it, but it's not like they're gonna swallow the whole thing. They can actually digest a little bit of that, just like newts. It's not gonna stay in the belly if like they're eating gravel or anything. But if they do tend to lick a ton, it will cause impaction. But I only saw him licking it once or twice, and none even actually got stuck on his mouth or tongue. But I will try to keep an eye on that, so thank you for the comment. I will keep an eye on that. Same from, I saw someone else saying that. but I'll show you the question, talk about that later. Next comes from ReptilesWeAre. Nice video. You named him Jumbo because of his fat tail. I named my African fat-tailed gecko Jumbo, and I asked if you know why I named him that in the previous video. And close guess, but I actually named him Jumbo because in Africa, not all of the parts in Africa, but a lot of parts they say Jumbo for high, and that's why I named him Jumbo. But very nice guess. I liked it. And his question is, would you like to get a tegu? And if so, what kind? And thanks. I would actually like to get one sometime soon. Well, not in this house when I'm living with my parents, but when I am alone or something and moved out, I might. They seem like really, really cool pets, and I always wanted a big reptile. That's why I got the Beardy. He's not really huge or anything, but he's big enough to walk around outside with a leash, so I got John, my Beardy, and he's doing great. So anyway, yeah, I'd like to get a tegu, and if I were to get a tegu, I'd get the red tegu morph, or red tegu. Next question is from Sea Geckos. What do you expect to get for your next edition? Like I said, I was thinking to breed my Madagascar spiny-tailed iguana, and that might I might get the female one in a nearby reptile expo. That might be the last new edition in a long time, but that or some wild caught amphibians or something from outside. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm not quite sure though, since that's the future. Next question is from Okay, I apologize about that. My memory card got full. Next question is from Dragon Dude 698. Would you want an iguana? If so, what kind? Also, I just followed you on Instagram. Thank you. I don't know. I already have a spiny-tailed iguana, or Madagascan. Technically, it's similar, but I don't know. It's not completely similar. But if I were to get any kind of specific one, I'd get something like a collared lizard or a spiny-tailed iguana, like the big ones. So that's my thoughts. Next question: what is the difference between an African fat-tailed gecko and a leopard gecko? From Nick Munoz. FTs are more shy. They've got a fatter tail usually, and their eyes are black. And they don't have as many morphs as leopard geckos, and they actually tend to need more humidity compared to leopard geckos. On the other hand, leopard geckos can stand more dry places, and they get slightly longer, but they don't have as a fat tail, and they have a ton of morphs, that's for sure. So yeah, that's a little bit of info, but if you're that curious, there's probably even more info on the internet, so just search about it. And next comes from Drago Plays MCYT, I think, or Drago, I don't know. Will you be making care videos on some of your lizards? Hopefully. If you have any suggestions on which kind I do, I might be able to. So if you want me to make one, I can. Esteban Villalvazo, I never can say that right, sorry. Draw something from Dragon Ball Z, please. Was that tree frog muscular body good enough for you? I really can't draw their faces at all. Henry Steinitz, I don't know. Sorry again. Where's the blue-tongued skink? Sadly, he passed away in May or June or so. And it was very tragic. I already talked about it in a video a while ago. A update video. And yeah, it was tragic to me. That was the first big reptile for me, and I was so tempted to take him out on a walk and get him used to me. And he was getting more tame and tame every day, but he passed away somehow. I don't know why or how, but he did. But yeah, he's gone now. Next comes from the lizard 981. Yeah, he left the similar comment as the Beardy. Not be careful on the Beardy is not getting impacted, and I will. And I really like his channel as well, so keep up the work, man. Next one comes from Oscar Touza. Are you ever gonna get turtles? I don't think so. They're really cute. I actually had two a long time ago, but they passed away, sadly, many years ago. I guess that's it. I guess, yeah, I'm done with all the questions, I suppose. If you still have any questions and you want to hear more from me, please leave a comment down below. That's about it. And yeah, I'm sure this is going to be really tough to edit. By the time you see this will be already edited, but hope you like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And let's see if I can get to 1,500 by the end of this year.